on Sports Central tonight. Major triumph. Sri Lanka places second in the medal table of the South Asia Athletic Championship with 16 gold medals and 40 medals overall.
20 मेडल बैग किए हैं टीम चैंपियनों के साथ हमारे रनर्स अप की जो
Calm win. Skipper Harry Brooks' brilliant 100 goes in vain as England suffer a 4-wicket defeat to New Zealand in the first ODI following poor batting and dropped catches.
It's a shocker, it's a gift to finish the over. One bounce in the fence, and Daryl Mitchell, who was so full of fight, he was needed to fight for New Zealand today as wickets went in difficult conditions and he got them through.
Good month. Italian top seed Yannick Sinner produces a spirited comeback to defeat Germany's Alexander Zverev in Vienna Open final, securing his fourth ATP Tour title of the season and his second triumph in Austria's capital. And top spot. Lando Norris delivers a dominant and statement win in the Mexico City Grand Prix to reclaim the leadership of the World Championship from McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri by a single point with 4 races of the season remaining.
What a weekend this has been for Lando Norris, who comes across the line and wins the Mexico City Grand Prix. Lando Norris in position.
From Studio 24C, this is Sports Central. And now, here's Vinut Varnasurya.
Hello and welcome to Sports Central on other Derana news channel. We're advancing from a weekend. We have a well-rounded rundown covering multiple sports right here at home and as always around the globe. So let's start things off. Sri Lanka placed second in the medal table of the South Asia Athletic Championship which ended in Ranchi, India yesterday. Sri Lankan athletes bagged 16 gold medals and overall they had won 40 medals. Yesterday was South Asia Athletic Championships final day and Sri Lanka athletes won 8 golds, 8 silvers and a bronze medal. Sri Lanka's Dasuni Kaushalya won the 400-meter hurdles with a timing of 58.66 seconds. Araliya Satsarani bagged the silver.
400 मीटर हर्डल्स का अपनी कौशल लाजवाब प्रदर्शन रहा है 59.15
Sri Lanka won both the gold and silver in men's javelin throw. Rumesh Tharanga won the event with a throw of 84.29 meters. Derana Singha bagged the silver with a throw of 81.62 meters. Meanwhile, Dilhani Lekhamge won the gold medal in women's javelin throw with a distance of 60.14 meters.
Because you will have a gold in sense of
Harsha Karunaratne, brother of Tharushi, won the men's 800 meters event to bring in another gold medal for Sri Lanka. Madhushani Herath was the winner in women's long jump. She had a distance of 6.23 meters and she also bagged the gold in women's triple jump event.
मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा कैसे लगा क्योंकि सिंगे दमयंती दर्शा
Rasara Vijay Surya won the gold in women's 10,000 meters with a new meet record. Shafia Yamik won her third gold medal when she won the women's 200 meters event in 23.58 seconds. She broke PT Usha's meet record established in 1997. Sri Lankan quartet won the 4x400 meter race with an impressive run. Sri Lanka was represented by Omel Shashintha, Ayoma Lakalanka, Kalhari Dupa and Kalinga Kumaragi. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka's javelin champion Rumesh Tharanga was adjudged the best athlete at this year's South Asia Athletic Championship. In the overall medal table, India led with 58 medals which included 20 golds. Sri Lanka placed second with 16 gold medals and the total tally was 40 medals. Interestingly, athletes from Sri Lanka and India shared 36 gold medals that were on offer at this meet.
समेट कर ली जाए और यही मान और सम्मान इस ट्रॉफी में आप अपने देश के लिए लेकर जा रहे हैं बहुत बहुत शुभ मेल कैटेगरी में विनर्स के नाम की उद्घोषणा जिसने 10 गोल्ड मेडल अपने
Sri Lanka's young golf prodigy Kaya Daluvatta, who won country's first ever golf medal at the Asian Youth Games, says she is determined to win an Olympic gold for Sri Lanka one day. She said this after returning to the island this morning.
The four-member Sri Lanka golf team, which took part in the 3rd Asian Youth Games in Bahrain, returned to the island this morning. Rishan Algama, Kaya Daluwatta, Jevan Sathasivam and Aditya Veerasinghe are among Sri Lanka's next generation of golfers. And of them, 16-year-old Kaya became the first ever Sri Lankan golfer to win a medal at the Asian Youth Games. She won the bronze for the girls' individual event.
My name is Kaya Daluwatta. I competed in the 3rd Youth Asian Games in Bahrain this week. I got the bronze medal for the girls' golf individual event. I played against the best players in Asia, under 18, and it was a really good experience for me, and I hope to bring home an Olympic gold medal one day.
To the local tennis court now, Dinith Mayakanaika of Sri Lanka bagged the girls' singles title at the ATF Under-14 C2 Colombo Week 1 Tennis Championship, which concluded over the weekend in Colombo. ATF Under-14 C2 Colombo Week 1 tennis was organized by the Sri Lanka Tennis Association. It was held under the patronage of the Asian Tennis Federation. The final was held at the SLTA courts in Green Park, Colombo. In this, Dineth Mayakanaika defeated fellow Sri Lankans Sheshandri Fernando with a convincing 4-1 victory in the final. Meanwhile, bad weather interrupted the boys' singles final between Shuangwen Leong and Hong Kong's Alex Almaditha of the Philippines. With that, they were declared joint champions of the category. The 17th Sri Lanka Air Force Open Squash Tournament concluded over the weekend in Ratmalana. The week-long tournament attracted around 400 players.
This internationally recognized open squash tournament was organized by Sri Lanka Air Force with the assistance of Sri Lanka Squash Federation. Both local and foreign players took part in this tournament, which was held at the Sri Lanka Air Force's squash complex in Ratmalana. The tournament was held under the categories of junior for girls and boys, open and amateur for both men and women. In the men's open final, Sri Lanka national players Shamil Vakil and Ravindu Laksiri vied for honours. After a thrilling battle, Ravindu won the final by 3-1. Meanwhile, Chalit Masanelli won the championship title in Women's Open after she defeated Ranlia Wood by 3-0.
Sri Lanka's former Test captain Angelo Matthews was felicitated by his Cole CC club in Colombo recently. Matthews, who played 119 Test matches, retired from longer format of the game very recently. Angelo Matthews, who recently retired from Test cricket, was felicitated by Cole CC during an event in Colombo. The former cricketers, cricket officials and present national cricketers were among the gathering that graced the occasion. Former Sri Lankan cricket captain Mahela Jayawardene had this day on Angelo.
Culture here taught us cricket is not just a game but a way of life. One that rewards perseverance, respect and teamwork. To every coach and mentor who guided me through those formative years, a big thank you. You saw potential in a young schoolboy and gave him the confidence to believe he could go far. Your patience, your tough words when I needed them, and your faith in me laid the foundation for everything that followed.
Meanwhile, the cricketers of the Cole CC who performed well during the last season were also recognized at this event. Let's head into a short commercial break. More sporting action coming right after this. You're watching Sports Central on other Derana News Channel. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. We are moving to the updates from the ICC Women's World Cup 2025. An injury to key bowler Sophia Kirsten proved no barrier for England as Amy Jones overhauled a meagre target to send New Zealand out of the World Cup with a heavy defeat. Batting first, New Zealand's top order showcased a promising start with Georgia Plimmer and Amelia Kerr both coming between runs.
She doesn't miss out there. There's been a few now.
Have some more. Seems like every delivery is...
However, experienced batter Susie Bates left quite early for 10 runs. Captain Sophie Devine also contributed with 23 runs while Plimmer and Kerr scored 43 and 35 respectively.
Edged. It's a quick outfield.
After that, it was dominated entirely by England as wickets fell regularly, putting New Zealand in trouble.
It's out! Oh, that looks close. That looks really good.
Top edge, this should be taken. It's Dunkley out there. It is taken. Now, has that carried? I think it has.
Lindsay Smith played a major role for England with the ball bowling 9 overs and picking 3 wickets and recording an economy of 3.21. New Zealand were bowled out for 168 runs in the 39th over. Chasing a small target, England openers made it to the crease with confidence, and it was well shown as the opening pair Amy Jones and Tammy Beaumont scored 76 for the first wicket.
Off the bat. Too much width, and that is a freebie for Tammy.
Time leg side, and that...
Beaumont fell on 40, giving the chance for Heather Knight to come in. Knight played a calm innings, scoring 33 runs. But it was Amy Jones who anchored the chase, remaining unbeaten on 86 runs.
Oh, yes. Shot. Straying. Because that's where the ball will go.
England reached the winning target in their 30th over, losing just 2 wickets.
And that will hurry to the boundary. All those fielders, and she still finds the gap and wins it with a boundary. Excellent from Amy Jones, 86 not out.
Real statement performance from England.
Meanwhile, England skipper Harry Brooks' astonishing 100 came in vain as England paid the price for an abject batting display overall, as well as dropped catches with a 4-wicket defeat to New Zealand in the first one-day international at Mount Maunganui. Batting first, England were in deep trouble as the top order tumbled, with Jamie Smith going for a duck and Root, Duckett and Bethel going for 2 runs, with Zachary Fawkes beginning the opening spell with a banger. Except Harry Brook and Jamie Overton, the other 9 players could not pass to double figures, with 6 being the highest score by Sam Curran.
Got him! They got another one, that one straight through Root. He's got Root too. New Zealand on fire. Oh, how good! How good is that from Fawkes?
However, staying strong in the middle without support from the other end, skipper Harry Brooks smashed a fiery century, hitting 135 runs off 101 balls.
Way to bring up 100. That is Harry Brooks. 4th 100 in all formats.
Overton was the only batter giving support to Brooks, scoring 46 runs. Thanks to Brooks, the Englishman posted a decent score of 223, much better to what was expected.
Does the job.
New Zealand also did not have the strongest top order, but the middle order took the game to their hands, with Daryl Mitchell and Michael Bracewell playing major parts in the chase.
On 47. On the pull, that's a great shot. That'll bring up 50. Bracewell in the fun. 3rd one-day international, 50.
Mitchell scored 78 runs while Bracewell scored 51.
Taking every run on over, that's gone. That is definitely gone. He called for it, he went for it, the fielding was good. Oh, I don't think the run was ever there.
At a run rate over 6 per over, New Zealand reached the 224 winning target mark in the 37th over, sealing the series opening game.
One bounce into the fence, and Daryl Mitchell, who was so full of fight, he was needed to fight for New Zealand today as wickets went in difficult conditions, and he got them through. And New Zealand will win it by 4 wickets.
Australia have confirmed that captain Pat Cummins will not be fit for the first Ashes test, with Steve Smith set to lead the side in his absence. Talismanic fast bowler Cummins has been suffering with a back injury and said earlier this month was less likely to feature in the first test in Perth on the 21st of next month. Although the 32-year-old has run out of time for the series opener, he is returning to bowling in the nets this week, and head coach Andrew McDonald said he was really optimistic Cummins will be available for the second test in Brisbane starting on the 4th of December. It is a huge blow for Australia to lose their influential captain and premier fast bowler. Report of fitness doubts first appeared in September, with Cummins then ruled out of the white ball series against New Zealand and India with a lumbar stress fracture. Speaking 2 weeks ago, Cummins said time was beginning to get tight for the first test because he needed at least a month in the nets in order to be match fit. In terms of captaincy, Smith is a more than able replacement. The 36-year-old himself an Ashes winning skipper and only lost the captaincy in 2018 because of the Sandpapergate ball tampering scandal. The batter, one of the all-time great Ashes run scorers, has stood in for Cummins as captain on 6 previous occasions. Moving to some somber news now, Indian ODI vice-captain Shreyas Iyer is currently undergoing treatment in the intensive care unit of a Sydney hospital after suffering a serious internal injury during the 3rd one-day international against Australia. The incident took place when Iyer sprinted backward from the point position in an attempt to catch Alex Carey, but collided awkwardly, injuring his left rib cage. Though he initially managed to walk off the field, Iyer soon complained of severe pain and discomfort in the dressing room, prompting immediate medical attention from team doctors. Subsequent scans revealed a resolation in his spleen leading in internal bleeding. The impact caused his vital signs to drop sharply and emergency care was administered. According to the BCCI's official statement, Iyer sustained an impact injury to his left lower ribcage region and a laceration injury to the spleen. The statement confirmed that he remains medically stable under specialist supervision in Sydney, with the Indian team doctor staying by his side to monitor his condition daily. Moving to some updates from La Liga now. Goals from Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham earned Real Madrid a 2-1 victory over Barcelona in a spiky El Clasico yesterday that snapped a 4-match losing streak against their rivals and extended their lead atop the La Liga standings.
Mbappe opened the scoring in the 22nd minute with a close-range finish after perfectly timed through ball from Bellingham. However, Barcelona capitalized on a mistake by Arda Güler to equalize in the 38th minute through Fermin Lopez. Real regained the lead 5 minutes later when Bellingham tapped in from inside the 6-yard box following an inspired run and cross by Vinicius Jr. Real had several chances but were denied by an excellent display from Barca keeper Wojciech Szczęsny, who kept out Mbappe's penalty early in the second half. Barcelona barely threatened Real keeper Thibaut Courtois after the break and finished the match with 10 men after midfielder Prix earned a second yellow card for a sliding tackle from behind on Aurelien Tchouameni in added time. Real moved to 27 points at the top of the La Liga standings, 5 ahead of Barcelona in second. After 4 consecutive defeats to Barcelona across 3 competitions, Real Madrid entered the match like a team that was desperately in need of a statement win to validate the project of new manager Xabi Alonso.
A new tournament, the FIFA ASEAN Cup, will be launched as a part of an agreement between FIFA and the Association of Southeast Asian Nations aimed at boosting the development of football across the region.
The announcement was made during the 47th ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur yesterday, where FIFA President Gianni Infantino and ASEAN Secretary General Kao Kim Horn signed a renewed Memorandum of Understanding. The tournament will bring together national teams from all ASEAN member states in a format inspired by the Arab Cup, which was first organized by FIFA in 2021. FIFA President stated that a new FIFA competition called the FIFA ASEAN Cup was being introduced in collaboration with all 11 countries in the region. He explained that the tournament was being established both with and for the ASEAN region, emphasizing that the aim was to give football there a significant boost. Infantino mentioned that the competition would feature the best players and would be organized within the framework of FIFA's international match calendar. He further highlighted that FIFA hoped the new tournament would not only have a strong and lasting impact across Southeast Asia, but would also allow the region to gain greater recognition and shine on the global football stage. World Football's governing body will work with regional stakeholders including the Asian Football Confederation, the ASEAN Football Federation and the relevant FIFA member associations to finalize the tournament's format.
We're heading into another short commercial break. More sporting highlights coming right after this. You are watching Sports Central right here on Other Derana News Channel. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Other Derana Sports Central. It's time to move to the international tennis court now. Top seed Jannik Sinner produced a spirited comeback to defeat Germany's Alexander Zverev 3-6, 6-3 and 7-5 in the Vienna Open finals, securing his 4th ATP Tour title of the season and his 2nd triumph in Austria's capital. Sinner, who beat Zverev in straight sets at this year's Australia Open, has now won 21 consecutive matches on Indo hard courts. The 24-year-old has now also notched 22 tour-level titles and 51 career wins against fellow top 10 players. The world number 2 banged down 11 aces and unleashed 44 winners in a thrilling contest that lasted 2 hours and 28 minutes. The win also allowed the four-time Grand Slam champion to level his head-on-head record against Zverev at 4 wins apiece. It marks Sinner's second title of the month, having won the China Open at the start of October, while he also added to his Grand Slam haul with victories at the Australian Open and Wimbledon earlier this year.
Und die Trophäe wird überreicht vom Turnierdirektor. Der Sieger der ersten Pagode 2025, Yannick Sinner!
To the Formula One circuit now, Lando Norris delivered a dominant and statement win in the Mexico City Grand Prix to reclaim the leadership of the World Championship from McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri by a single point with 4 races of the season to go.
The fight for the Formula One World Championship continues. We leave the line and we're underway for the Mexico City Grand Prix. Say goodbye to Lando Norris in the opening 2.
Knocking Piastri off the top of the standings for the first time since April after the Australian finished 5th, Norris capped a stunning weekend at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez to beat Ferrari's Charles Leclerc to victory by a 30-second margin. Leclerc just held on to second from Red Bull's Max Verstappen, who recovered well from 5th on the grid to finish 3rd after an early tussle with Lewis Hamilton saw the old rivals bang wheels at the first turn, and then the latter handed a penalty by stewards for cutting the track 3 corners later.
Up and going off and having to take the escape road, and the dreams of that podium are disappearing at the moment. He'll just carry on, and Behrman's getting to the inside. Incredible run here. What a melee. What a story. Hamilton's in 3rd. Oliver Behrman, Max Verstappen is the room. And there is this year. Off the road goes Behrman. What is going on in Mexico City? Max Verstappen driving it like a shopping trolley at the moment.
The impressive Oliver Behrman denied Piastri 4th, though in the best result of the British rookie's career so far after a brilliant drive from 9th on the grid. It matched Haas's best result in 10 seasons of F1. A tight battle was seen between Piastri and 2 Mercedes, but all 3 couldn't reach the heights they expected. Mercedes duo Kimi Antonelli and George Russell finished 6th and 7th respectively after twice swapping positions on track in an ultimately forlorn bid for a better result for the team. It was back on August 31st at the Dutch Grand Prix at Zandvoort that Norris' hopes of becoming world champion for the first time took a major hit when his car failed him while running second to Piastri late in the race, costing the Briton 18 points. Norris left that weekend a season-high 34 points behind Piastri in the standings. But Norris has now outscored Piastri in each of the 5 races since, culminating in Brighton emphatically returning to the top step of the podium on Sunday for his first win in Mexico and 6th triumph of the year.
What a weekend this has been for Lando Norris, who comes across the line and wins the Mexico City Grand Prix. Lando Norris in position to retake the championship lead if it finishes like this. Charles Leclerc has 2nd place heading into the stadium section. Verstappen was all over him under traction. It was a brilliant stint from the driver who finds himself in 3rd.
I mean, just a good, clean, not too much going on kind of race, which was just what I was after, you know. So yeah, good pace, good start, good launch, good turn 1, all those things. Just a good day, a good weekend. It's the easiest way to put it, a good weekend. So yeah, very happy with today.
It's a feel-good moment. Also to go side by side with Max is a very cool feeling. You know, he's someone I've basically grown up watching in Formula One. So it's awesome and really proud of the job that we did today.
Grand Prix weekends at the perfect moment. We have 4 Grand Prix remaining to crown a champion. 3 brilliant drivers in contention.
More motorsport updates now coming from MotoGP. Gresini Racing's Alex Marquez won the Malaysian Grand Prix yesterday, finishing ahead of KTM's Pedro Acosta and Honda's own Mir to claim his 3rd victory of the season.
Marquez, who secured a championship runner-up spot with his sprint result on Saturday, delivered a faultless ride in sweltering conditions at the Sepang International Circuit, adding to his 2 Grand Prix wins in Spain. Ducati's Francesco Bagnaia, who started on pole and won Saturday's sprint, was forced to retire 3 laps from the end due to a suspected technical issue while running 3rd, allowing 2020 world champion Mir to claim 3rd place, his 2nd podium finish of the year. Marquez, who had been leading since the 2nd lap, crossed the line 2.676 seconds clear of Acosta and 8.04 0.48 seconds ahead of Mir. World champion Marc Marquez, Alex's brother, remained sidelined through injury. Twice MotoGP champion Bagnaia had moved ahead of Aprilia's Marco Bezzecchi for third place in the World Championship standings after Saturday's sprint win. However, the Italian failed to finish Sunday's main race due to suspected punctures in his rear tyre and earned no points, allowing Bezzecchi to regain third place in the championship standings. The pair are currently split by 5 points. The next race takes place in Portimao, Portugal from November 7th to 9th before the season concludes in Valencia.
And with that, we wrap up today's bulletin of Sports Central right here on Other Derana News channel. As always, we'll bring more highlights and action right here from the home turf and around the globe tomorrow. Well, until then, I'm Vinod Varnasurya signing off. Have a very good night.